Okay, so let me tell you about the third stair in my house. I haven't stepped on it in 6 years. Not because it's broken. Not because there's something physically wrong with it. Not because anyone told me not to, I just don't. And before you click away thinking this is weird, I know it's weird, I'm fully aware. But if you've ever had a completely irrational habit that you can't explain but also can't stop doing, this video is for you. Let's talk about why I skip the same stair every single day. And why that stair absolutely knows what it did. So here's the thing, I don't even remember when this started. That's how deep this habit goes. It's not like I woke up one day and decided, you know what, I'm gonna skip the third stair for the rest of my life. It just happened gradually over time. I think it started when I was like 12 or 13. I was running up the stairs one day, probably trying to avoid doing chores or something equally important. And I just naturally skipped the third stair, took a bigger step, went from the second stair to the fourth, and for some reason it felt right, not like a spiritual awakening or anything dramatic. Just efficient, natural, like that's how the stairs were meant to be climbed. So I did it again the next time, and the next time, and the next time, and 6 years later, here we are. I physically cannot step on the third stair without feeling like something is fundamentally wrong with the universe. Now you might be thinking, okay, cool, you skip a stair. Lots of people do that. And you'd be right, skipping stairs is normal, efficient, makes sense, but here's where it gets weird. I only skip the third stair, never any other stair, just that one. Going up the stairs, skip the third. Going down the stairs, skip the third. In a hurry, skip the third. Taking my time, still skip the third. Carrying something heavy. You better believe I'm skipping the third. It's like my brain has hard-coded this into my movement patterns. It's not a choice anymore, it's automatic. And the few times I've accidentally stepped on it, chaos, my whole day feels off, like I started on the wrong foot, like the universe is slightly tilted. I know this sounds insane, I know. But I can't be the only one who has something like this, right? So naturally, my family has noticed. At first, nobody said anything. It's subtle enough that you might not catch it if you're not paying attention. But after a few months, my mom was like, "Why do you always skip that stair?" And I was like, "What stair?" Playing dumb. Classic defense mechanism, she just stared at me. "The third one, you always skip it." Busted, so I tried to explain. "I don't know, it just feels right." She looked at me like I'd grown a second head. My dad overheard and was like, "Oh yeah, I noticed that too. Thought you were just being efficient." Thanks, Dad. At least someone gets it. But my younger sibling, they decided to make it a thing, started copying me, skipping the third stair, mocking me. Look at me, I'm so quirky, I skip stairs for no reason. Okay, first of all, rude. Second of all, you're doing it wrong. You're skipping it to make fun of me. I'm skipping it because it's the law. There's a difference, okay, so I did some research. Because I'm not completely irrational. I like to understand why I do things. Turns out, this is actually a thing. It's related to obsessive-compulsive tendencies. Not full OCD necessarily, but like OCD-adjacent behaviors. Basically, your brain creates patterns and rituals that feel right, and deviating from them creates anxiety or discomfort. For some people, it's checking if the door is locked multiple times. For others, it's arranging things in a specific order. For me, it's skipping the third stair, and apparently this is super common, like way more common than you'd think. People have all kinds of weird patterns, avoiding cracks in the sidewalk, only eating food in a certain order, touching door frames a specific way. The human brain LOVES patterns. It makes us feel safe, predictable, in control. So when I skip that stair, I'm not just being weird. I'm following a pattern my brain has decided is important with a capital I. Does knowing this make me stop? Absolutely not, but at least now I understand it. So a few times I've accidentally stepped on the third stair, not on purpose. Just like I'm distracted, thinking about something else and my foot lands there before my brain catches up. And the moment it happens, I feel it. It's like a record scratch in my brain. Everything stops. Wait, did I just step on the third stair? I did, I absolutely did. And now my whole rhythm is off. Do I go back and redo it? Do I just accept it and move on? Usually I just freeze for a second, process what happened, and then continue with my day. But it bothers me, for hours. I'll be sitting in class or at dinner and randomly think, I stepped on the third stair today and feel this weird sense of wrongness, like I broke a rule, not a real rule, nobody cares. The stair doesn't care, but I care, my brain cares, and that's enough to throw off my whole vibe. Is this healthy? Probably not. Am I going to stop? Also probably not. After I started being more open about this, I found out other people have similar weird habits. My friend told me they refuse to use certain mugs in their house. Just won't do it. Even though the mugs are fine. Another friend always has to put their right shoe on first. Left shoe first feels wrong. Someone else I know counts their steps when walking, not for fitness tracking. Just counts them, has to hit certain numbers. And you know what I realized? We all have these things, these little quirks and patterns that don't make logical sense but feel absolutely essential. It's part of being human. Our brains are constantly trying to create order in chaos. And sometimes that manifests as I will not step on the third stair. So if you're reading this and you have your own weird habit, you're not alone. We're all out here living with our little rituals, making sense of the world in our own strange ways. Now let's talk about the stair itself. Because in my mind, that stair KNOWS. I know it's an inanimate object. I know it doesn't have feelings or consciousness. But after 6 years of being deliberately avoided, if it could feel, it would definitely feel some type of way about this. Like imagine being a stair. Your whole purpose is to be stepped on. That's your job. And then one person just decides, nah, not you, and never steps on you again. That's gotta hurt. All the other stairs getting attention, getting worn down, getting used. And the third stair is just there. Pristine, unused, lonely. Part of me feels bad, but the other part of me is like that stair knows what it did. What did it do? I don't know. I genuinely don't know, but in my head there's a reason I don't step on it, even if that reason is completely made up. Maybe it offended me once, maybe it was slightly creaky. Maybe the universe told me to skip it. Whatever the reason, the third stair has been convicted in the court of my brain, and there's no appeal process. So the question is, will I ever stop skipping the third stair? Honestly, probably not. At this point, it's so ingrained in my muscle memory that I'd have to actively think about stepping on it. And even if I did, it would feel wrong, like wearing your shirt inside out. Technically it works, but it's not right. I've thought about forcing myself to step on it every day for a week just to break the habit. But why? What would I gain? The stair skipping doesn't hurt anyone. It doesn't affect my life in any meaningful way. It's just a quirk, a harmless little ritual that makes my brain happy. So why mess with it? Life is chaotic enough. If skipping one stair brings a tiny bit of order and predictability to my day, I'm okay with that. Plus, at this point, it's part of my identity. I'm the person who skips the third stair. That's my thing, and honestly, I'm not ready to give that up. Here's what I've realized through all of this. These little habits and rituals we develop. They're not really about the stairs or the mugs or the shoes. They're about control. Life is unpredictable, scary sometimes, full of variables we can't control, but skipping the third stair. That's something I can control. It's a tiny, insignificant choice that's entirely mine. And in a world where so much is uncertain, that little bit of certainty feels good. It's comforting. So yeah, maybe it's irrational, maybe it doesn't make sense, but it's mine. It's a pattern I created and I can keep following it if I want. And that's kind of beautiful in its own weird way. We're all just trying to make sense of things, to create little pockets of order in the chaos. For some people, that's meditation or journaling or morning routines. For me, it's skipping a stair. And you know what? That's okay. So yeah, that's the story of why I skip the same stair every single day. It started randomly, it became a habit, it's now a permanent part of my life. My family thinks I'm weird, and they're right, but I'm okay with being weird because everybody has their thing. This is mine. And honestly, if the weirdest thing about me is that I skip one specific stair, I think I'm doing pretty okay. So to that third stair in my house, I'm sorry. Kind of. Not really. You know what you did. And to everyone watching this who has their own weird habit or ritual, embrace it. Life is too short to step on stairs you don't vibe with. Be weird, be specific. Have your patterns. As long as they're not hurting anyone, do what makes your brain happy. Mine happens to be skipping the third stair. What's yours? Drop a comment and let me know. I want to hear about your weird habits, because I guarantee you're not alone. We're all out here being wonderfully, weirdly human. All right, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed watching me talk about my irrational stair skipping habit for 10 minutes, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more content about my strange brain. And I'll see you in the next one, probably from the second or fourth stair. Definitely not the third. Peace.